Welcome back to the Breaker Bros, and tonight we're going to react to an old school Boomer Esiason commercial. I believe it's a Diet Coke commercial, but welcome.
Welcome.
Thanks
for joining us.
Yeah. Do you just want to
watch?
Home. Do you just want to get in and just watch this commercial, or?
Oh, wait. No, I wanted to talk about comments, right?
Okay. All right. So, well, then.
Did we get any comments since we last went live? Actually, I don't think that's right. But there is a more recent comment in the notifications, right? And I think the way we planned this was I was going to say that, and then you were going to read it. So who left us a comment, Josh?
Bryson Wade says,
shout out.
A big fat fan. Laughing my ass off. So thank you, Bryson. We appreciate your input.
That's what that means? That was like El Meow.
Yeah, laughing my ass off. He accentuated the O's, so had a real good time.
Yeah. Appreciate the comment. Don't know. I mean, I was to an old video, uniforms, the new uniforms. So we must have said something about being fat, it was probably me talking, right? Because I do remember somebody left a comment about how fat I was, so I probably was still talking about that. And I think I'll talk about that forever.
Really?
Yeah.
It was about your weight?
Yeah, somebody said I was too fat to throw a football 40 yards.
Someone actually said that in the comments?
Yeah.
I don't think it has weight to do with it.
Help, right?
Or I don't think weight has anything to do with it, but I don't think. Can you throw a ball 40 yards?
I don't know. Last year I felt like I could, but my arm's messed up. I can't throw it hard. I don't know what's going on because I've been playing catch, and I just feel like I'm, something's going on my shoulder. I can't really snap it. A baseball right now. I assume a football would be the same, but it's been like that for a year or so. I don't know.
I don't know. I've always felt like I had more success throwing footballs than an actual baseball because I think the mechanics is a bit different. But
yeah, it's totally different. But I mean, like, it's with both throwing a football or throwing a baseball. I feel like I don't have like the zip I normally have, so I'm, it might be because I'm doing heavy bench press. So like my shoulders maybe are real tight. I don't know. Either way, heavy for me, not like heavy in general, but heavy bench press for me. All right. So off of the topic or off of the comment topic, we're going to talk about, we're going to do what I would like to call a name, image, and likeness kind of throwback episode, right? Like name, image, and likeness is big in college sports, college football. I don't know if it's quaint. I don't know if it's funny, but I thought, I mean, I guess my general idea here is like, definitely I'm all for like athletes getting paid to do like commercials and stuff, right? But to me, the biggest question is, okay, well, like how much, everybody's not worth the same when it comes to doing commercials on like a football team, right?
Yeah. Typically, I would say quarterbacks probably get paid the most, right?
I would think, or maybe, I mean, to me, it's like who's the most popular players, right? It's usually quarterbacks or like skilled players, right?
Receivers.
So like a receiver,
yeah,
running back, but or people with personality, that kind of thing. But it has nothing. I mean, definitely like quarterback is like the easiest position, I think, to make money. But I remember athletes doing commercials when I was a kid, and I just think it's interesting to look at. So I thought, why not see what kind of commercial a NFL athlete made, back when I was a kid. So Boomer Esiason came to mind, and actually we were kind of surprised at how many commercials he made, but I think the one we're going to look at is like a Diet Coke commercial.
Yeah, I believe so. Diet Coke with the Bears?
Okay, so I read an article and it says that Boomer Esiason's playing like a character Goldilocks, right? So it's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears is kind of the story, but I don't know. Let's see if we can you pull it up, or do I need to stall some more?
Maybe just a little bit more.
Okay. So there's a Washington Post article on it. I think we'll try to put a link in the chat talking about kind of the commercial and like how much money Boomer made to make the commercial. So it was 1989, I think, when this came out. So, you know, that was after the Bengals Super Bowl year. So, no, not ready.
Not ready. All right, we're good. Sorry, I forgot to update the title, so I just want to make sure we're good now. All right.
Okay, we're good.
So we're gonna start this review right now, or I guess the reaction. So
reaction.
Just let me know when you want me to pause.
Once upon a time, there was a guy named Goldilocks who was thirsty for refreshment, but this one was, and this one. So then he moved to Diet Coke, and it was just
solid acting skills.
Yeah. Well, big national brand, right?
Hey, somebody's been drinking our Diet Coke.
And you got the Three Bears.
And there he is. Hey, it's the Three Bears. What's up? Yeah.
But why is he in the shower though?
I don't know why he's in the shower. I don't know why they turn him upside down. It's a 2-liter bottle of Diet Coke, right?
Maybe we should watch it one more time.
Is he smuggling that?
All right. So he sneaks into the locker room. So I guess that's consistent with the Goldilocks, or right where they sneak into the house or whatever.
And it was just right. The great taste that Goldilocks had been looking for.
Hey, somebody's been drinking our Diet Coke. Yeah. And there he is. Hey, it's the Three Bears. What's up? Yeah.
That's a really small shower. I just can't get over how small that is.
Yeah. Different time. Different time.
All right.
So anyways, so he was paid $100,000 to the article says that the total amount of money involved for Boomer was like $100,000, and I guess the NFL took like a cut of that $100,000 in 1989. So, you know, I looked at like the average annual or the median salary household income, and it was like 15% less than it is now. So I don't know if that's a fair comparison. But that was the way I thought to calculate it. It's like, okay, so $115,000. I mean, you think that's a reasonable number for just a commercial? I mean, it seems low for like a national commercial. I don't know what you think about that.
Wait, do we know what year this came out? Was it in
the 1989?
80s? Oh, 89. Okay. Honestly, I didn't think it was going to be that much. I'm sure the going rate is a lot more nowadays. If he was getting paid $100,000 back in the day.
Yeah, how much do you think that like Boomer would make now? I mean, not Boomer, but like, you know, Burrow would make to do a Diet Coke commercial?
I would assume in the millions now.
In the millions?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like 100,000 would have been appropriate for now, but I mean, if he's making a million, or not a million, 100,000 back in the day, then 30 years later, it's got to be definitely in the millions for it to be. I think so. I mean, if it's that big of a brand, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine if you're working with like maybe more of like a local company that's just specific to the region, it'd probably be closer to 100,000. Unless it's a car dealership, maybe they make a little bit more money. I don't know.
Why? Do you think car dealerships make that much money?
It just depends on how big the dealership is, right? Because aren't there some bigger dealerships in Cincinnati where they own like 5 or 6 dealerships?
Yeah, I guess.
I think they could afford it.
It's just, I don't know how that works. I mean, I can see like if you hire like someone to do a commercial for like a car, it's just like I don't know that that's like going to make me want to buy a car from that dealership. You know what I mean? Like, say, like Joe Burrow does like a commercial for like a Honda dealer. Is that going to make me want to buy from that Honda dealer?
I would assume it would have to be like a multi-year deal. It wouldn't just be like for 1 year. It would be like, because with a quarterback, you would at least expect, especially Joe Burrow, you could figure, well, he's going to be here for at least 4 more years, at least whatever contract, the current contract he's on. Quarterback contracts seem to be a little bit more solid, or maybe even like a receiver. But if you're talking about like a quarterback, I don't know, maybe $1 million's a bit high. Maybe Skyline could afford that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
definitely not Gold Star though, right?
Well, I don't know which one's technically bigger. I've always liked Skyline better, but
I think Skyline's bigger. I mean, I'm only saying that because I haven't had a Gold Star in like a decade. So
I just know when I was growing up in Cincinnati that Skyline was more popular amongst the younger crowd, and it seemed like Gold Star appealed more to the older crowd. So maybe Gold Star's got that old money. I don't know. Because
yeah, maybe, I don't know. All I know is that the Gold Star on Coleraine, the Gold Star on Coleraine, Grandma and Grandpa liked it because like they believed that the owner gave them like an extra like a little bit in the scoop of the chili. You know how they have like that ladle of chili.
Yeah,
I think that they thought that he gave them a little bit extra. So that was the last time I went to Gold Star, which was probably more than 10 years ago, probably like 20, 30 years ago. Was that there was one on Coleraine where they gave Grandma and Grandpa like, you know, maybe an extra ounce of chili, and they were devotees.
Yeah, that's all I could really remember about Gold Star is that I felt the noodles were maybe a little bit bigger, and that the sauce was a little bit more runny.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, it's been so long. But was Gold Star the one that did the jalapeno cheese? Or is that Skyline?
That's Skyline. It was habanero.
Oh, habanero. Even better.
They still do it.
Great
they do all kinds of cheese stuff. This turned into a Skyline commercial. We're not even getting paid. How much?
Not yet.
All right. So say you had a car dealership. Okay. Let's do a thought experiment here. And like, who would you try to get to do a commercial? Would you try to get like a Bengal, or would you try to get like a Bearcat, or would you try to get like a Red? Like, who would be like your target?
Probably the Bengals right now. So definitely Joe Burrow. I mean,
okay, so you want Joe Burrow.
I couldn't imagine there's a bigger sports figure in Cincinnati than Joe Burrow right now.
Okay. So how much of your revenue would you spend to have Joe Burrow do a commercial for you? Like what percent?
I mean, I wouldn't. Maybe 1%. I feel like
1%. Okay. Okay. So you would probably need to have like $100 million business to be able to afford a Joe Burrow commercial.
Yeah, if we're assuming he's willing to take.
You think it would cost like $1 million to get him to do a spot for you? Like come to Josh's chicken shack. Wait, what would your business be? What would he be selling?
Well, you said car dealership, so.
Oh, okay, car dealership. So what brand are you selling?
I mean, if we're making $100 million, we're doing either. I feel like that could be a Honda dealership.
Okay.
I do feel like Honda was pretty big in Cincinnati, as far as I can remember.
I think Honda's pretty big everywhere, but yeah, okay. So you got Josh's Honda.
Well,
and you got $100 million revenue.
If it was in Texas, I would say Ford, because Ford is
okay. So you want Ford? Okay, so you got $100 million Josh's Ford in Cincinnati. So you're going to give Joe Burrow $1 million. How are you going to sell more trucks or cars? Now's a bad time for this commercial too, because I don't think anybody has any cars or trucks to sell. You know,
it would have to be some type of commercial relating to like how dependable and trustworthy the car is, because you can kind of relate that to Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think he's definitely proven that even with some of the injuries or whatever, he's been pretty durable and reliable.
Mm-hmm.
So I would do something like that.
Okay. Would he be holding a football in the commercial? So that, like, say, like the ladies know that it's Joe Burrow. Does he need to hold his football? Does he need to like hold a football and kind of pat it and then like point it at the camera? Like,
I would assume he would be wearing like a very generic jersey or some type of sports shirt.
I can't go to the generic jersey. Those always look terrible. Like just
he couldn't use a Bengals jersey.
A black T-shirt with like his number on it.
Well, I don't think technically he could use the actual Bengals jersey.
No,
right?
I think you're right. No, I definitely think that like him showing up in his actual jersey is probably something you can't do. But you would go like a generic jersey.
Yeah, I would go like the Brett Favre cut off jeans and like
a Wrangler commercial,
but Ford or Honda.
Yeah, so it would be like Joe Burrow in a field then. So he's not at the dealership. See, I've always pictured this as like the commercial would be him at the Josh's Ford, but now you're saying no, he's playing football. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. And where's the setting?
I would say somewhere in a field.
Okay, like in a field. Okay. Is there a dog? Is it going to be like the Brett Favre Copper, Tommy Copper or whatever commercial where he's playing football with the dog in a field?
I think it'd be more appropriate if it was a cat. Because
a cat?
Yeah, I mean we are the Bengals, right? What if it was a what if it was a Bengaled cat, right? A cat that kind of has like stripes on it. That way it would be like a reference to the Bengals.
Okay.
Because I feel like the North
but
is
like just like a house cat size, or like would you go to the zoo? And like would you call Joe Exotic? And
well, he's in jail, so I don't think he would be available.
Yeah, there's that other guy that was in that you could like that's legit part of his business is like, oh, I got a commercial, I need a tiger.
I think you're talking about the doctor guy, and I think he might also be in jail now.
Is he in jail too?
I think he got in trouble after the whole documentary, yeah. Some legal issues.
That's too bad.
No, I think a house cat would work. It kind of looks like a Bengal.
House cat?
Yeah. Because then it'd be more relatable to the people in Cincinnati.
You got Joe Burrow in a Walmart jersey, wearing Wrangler jeans, and a house cat.
Yep.
Okay.
That's $1 million commercial right there.
Yeah. Do you have any product there?
Yeah, I mean, he would be rolling up in a truck.
Okay, so he rolls up in his truck.
Really, the commercial would start off with some random, let's just say dad, that's broken down on the side of the road.
That could be me. Hey,
right, there you go.
I'll do it for free, Josh.
All right, so you would be in a car that's not a Ford or a Honda.
Oh, I got it. Okay, not a Ford or a Honda.
Yeah, and you're like stuck on the side of the road, and you're just watching traffic pass by.
I gotcha.
And then before you know it, you kind of glance and you see a truck drive by. And you're like, what? Is that Joe Burrow?
Like a Raptor? Is it a good one, like a Ford Raptor?
Yeah, I feel like he would be a Raptor type.
Yeah,
well, I don't know.
Definitely Joe Burrow has a Raptor. Okay.
Driving by in a Raptor. Yeah. Matte black with orange rims.
Okay.
And then the next thing you know, you'll see the kids in the field like, when's your dad coming? What's going on? You said he was going to be here. And then before you know it, over on the horizon, a truck pulls up, a Raptor. And then out comes Joe Burrow.
Okay. That kind of sucks for me, man.
Yeah, because you should be driving a Ford or Honda.
Yeah, and then my kids are like, oh, where's Dad? Oh, wait, even better than Dad. It's Joe Burrow.
Right.
F Dad. Who cares about Dad now? You know, you can go back on the side of the road. He doesn't even need to stop and pick me up, right? He could just be like, hey, where are your kids at? You just chill here. I'm gonna go make their day. They don't need you.
Exactly.
This is a sad commercial. This could be like a country music song.
It's not sad because
Me,
he's dependable.
not for everybody else.
Well, you should have gotten a Ford, specifically a Raptor.
It's true.
That's the whole point. You're stuck on the side of the road, wishing you were there.
Yeah. This commercial's so good. I feel like I want to go buy a Ford truck.
Good.
But I'm not going to buy it from Josh's Ford, though. So that's the problem, right? It's like you've made like the world's best Ford commercial, but there are like 8 other competing dealerships to you. How do you get them to come to Josh's Ford? You're paying Joe Burrow. You should be getting all the business, right?
I mean, it's true. You can go to any Ford dealership. Are you going to get the one that has the matted black Raptor with the orange rims? That's very signature to.
Okay. So you're selling the one truck. You probably have to make 2 of them though, right?
It's the Joe Burrow edition.
Yeah, but you'll probably have to give him one of them, right?
Yeah, of course.
But that'd probably be part of the $1 million, right? So you're gonna have like multiple Joe Burrow edition ones.
Yeah, and then we can just have him sign some of the rims.
Oh, and then you could sell like lower end ones. You know what I mean? Like if you want your Ranger, you can get like the Joe Burrow package for the Ranger. But you can't call it that because then you have to pay him more money, right? Because his name's on it. I think it's just the ad, right?
Well, it just depends on how bad he wants the $1 million.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
But I mean, if we're really thinking about it, it probably wouldn't be worth his time. That little money.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing though. Like, I think the reason why you see athletes in like car dealership commercials is because they have that car, right? So if he has a Raptor, he's gonna have to go to the Ford dealership for something, right? Maybe oil changes or something, right?
I'm sure they could work something out to where he doesn't necessarily have to own the car. It could just be like a free type of lease type deal.
Oh, that's even better. Then you can sell it after he's done.
Right.
So I would give him like a brand new one, like very short lease for free, because then you could like sell. This.
Yeah, you could literally.
You don't have to call it. You don't have to call it the Joe Burrow edition and pay him. You can just factually say, this was leased by a former lessee, and his name just happens to be Joe Burrow.
Yeah, and he could sign the dash and whatever. I think the rim would be kind of cool. Or might make the most sense. Or with the tailgate on the back of the tailgate. What? Like if you sign the back of the tailgate. That or the rim.
I've seen people sign glove boxes. That's kind of a thing.
Oh, okay. But I feel
glove
like
boxes or the vanity cover on the engine. That'd be a nice place to sign it.
I feel like it would be better on the outside though, because wouldn't you want to kind of show that off?
Depends. No, it doesn't. If you're a Ford Raptor guy, you're not the kind of guy who's like, I like subtle, right? You're like, yeah, you want it on the outside for sure, but you want it on something that's removable.
Yeah, so I'm saying the rim.
Rim's not. Well, I was thinking more like a plastic molding or something.
That could work.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty good. I like your idea. All we need is a Ford dealership and Joe Burrow and $100 million. We're on our way.
Yeah, I feel like. I mean, it would have to be something pretty significant or something that would definitely be enticing. It's just because his next contract's gonna be crazy. So
he doesn't have it yet. So he's probably pinching those pennies.
Later, they technically could start talking about it next offseason, right? So.
Okay.
I believe so.
We need to act fast.
Or it could be this season, right? No, it might have to be next offseason. because it's.
I think
going
it
into
has to be the
year.
5th year.
No, the 4th year. The 5th year doesn't exist.
End of the 4th year.
I think technically they can, because I think you can do it the year before their contract ends. It's technically a 4-year deal. They have not signed the 5th year option. That
but I mean, Mahomes though happened at the end of the 4th year, right?
Yeah, so I think maybe it's to the player's advantage to wait as long as possible. But if the deal is right, he's going to get what I would imagine a really reasonable deal.
Yeah, he'll just be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL.
I mean, that's the way to get him to sign real quick.
Huh?
I mean, that's the way to get him to sign real quick. So,
well, no, I just think that whenever his deal is signed, it'll be the highest paid quarterback in the NFL. That's just how it works, right?
Yeah. But I believe the way it works is that they can figure it out, because they're gonna give him the 5th year option, and he's gonna sign the 5th year option.
Yeah, but that's your negotiation period, right?
Right.
The 5th year option year.
Well,
it's not a 5th year option; it's a team option, not a player option, right?
I don't know what it's called exactly, but it just has something to do with him being drafted in the 1st round. So teams.
Yeah, if you're a 1st round pick, the team has an option to sign you for a 5th year.
Yeah.
And you get paid what the average of the.
It's the top 10, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, but then because you have the ability as the team to lock them in for that 5th year, that sets kind of like the baseline for the negotiation, right? So then if you want to extend them, you got to pay them more than the average of the 10, which, for a young quarterback, that's definitely the basement, right?
Yeah, so I would imagine the 5th year option is going to be 30 something, around that range, which for him will be basically worth more than his rookie contract, just the 1 year alone. But I do think they have an option to extend him before that. That would be more ideal for the Bengals, but it may make more sense for him to wait as long as possible and extend it. Because I feel like the way extensions work, it actually benefits the team a little bit more rather than the player if you just wait it out.
Yeah. But I don't think anybody's ever signed before the 5th year, right? Is that the deal with Lamar Jackson?
I don't know what's going on with Lamar Jackson. I know that they made an offer earlier this offseason, and I think last year as well. But I think he's the one that's holding off. But his situation is a little bit different too, because I think he's doing it all himself, like him and his mother, I believe. He doesn't have an agent. But it does seem like he's trying to, I guess, just play it out to maximize his deal. Because after this year, they can franchise to take him one more time. And then after that, I think he has to go to the free agency. So maybe his play is that he knows he can maximize his contract as soon as he gets to free agency. And there's still rumors that Miami could be the place.
No, they tanked for Tua.
They're not going to give Tua the 5th year option. There's just no way. Would you take Garoppolo over Tua?
Ooh, that's a tough choice.
Would you take Baker Mayfield over Tua?
Yes.
So I think there's...
As a Bengals fan, I've only seen Baker Mayfield highlight videos, and I would take Baker Mayfield over either Garoppolo or Tua.
Okay. But if Lamar Jackson goes to the free agency on the open market, he's going to get the biggest deal. Because I just don't see the Bengals letting Joe Burrow get even closer to free agency.
I wouldn't.
Well, no, I mean, if you think about all of our really good players in the past, we find a way to extend them. Like if you're a top 5 player in the Bengals, you're gonna get a really good deal, especially if you're a quarterback or a receiver. It just doesn't seem like we mess those up.
Nope.
In terms of like getting them re-signed, because like when Carson Palmer got his deal, is like one of the biggest deals for quarterbacks, and then
They got Andy Dalton re-signed.
Yeah, but that's like a different situation. But AJ Green had a pretty big deal.
AJ Green.
And at that time, he was like a top tier talent. So I really have no like fear about re-signing Joe Burrow. Because again, I mean, I think when it's all said and done, the contract will be significant. It will show that at that point he was the highest paid quarterback in some sort of fashion, whether it's like the 1 year or like maybe the most guaranteed money. Well, I guess you can't beat that now. He might get like a weird deal, kind of like Mahomes, where it's like many years, not just like the 5-year or 4-year extension.
Like 30 years?
No. I mean, I don't know. 10 years is a long time. But even that, like, they didn't even guarantee Mahomes as much money as they guaranteed Watson. So there's no way he's going to take less guaranteed money than Watson. So the only way that would work was if they did like a 7-year deal, but like the first 5 years are guaranteed, something to that extent.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
But yeah, there's just no way he's going to take less than $230 million guaranteed. There's no incentive not to, right? And it would be probably like $250 million guaranteed. It's probably what it's going to come out to, right? So he could say, at the time that it was signed, I had the most guaranteed money. It may not be a fully guaranteed contract, but at the very least he can say, but I think he's cool enough to where he's not going to be like the highest paid per year type quarterback, but he can say, I got the most guaranteed money out of any quarterback that signed a contract. I think that'd be worth, because I also think he understands like it's going to cost a lot of money to re-sign Jamar Chase too. And I still wouldn't put it past, because the more time goes, I feel like the Bengals might make a play for both Chase and Higgins. It's going to be really hard to let go of Higgins, especially if he has a really big year. Because at the end of the day, there's some things you can do, and obviously that would mean like Boyd would be gone, and I don't see Bates staying after this year either. So like that alone, those 2 players right there would be the cost of keeping T. Higgins, because I feel like he's going to get $25 million a year or something to that range. But I don't know. That's a lot of money to keep all 3 of them, but it might be worth it. Like,
I mean, because you're talking like 50 plus 30 plus 25.
Probably be players. Like 50, 35, and 25 would make the most sense. Because with the time that Chase gets ready to resign,
$110 million for 3 players.
Yeah, that sounds ridiculous, but it might be worth it.
No. Well, I'm sure the NFL salary cap's going to go up a ton, so it's going to help, right? I mean, because I think like the TV money is going to just keep getting bigger and bigger for the NFL.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it's slowed down any. But they're also, I don't know. They're talking about there could be like a bit of a recession. I'm not sure how that would affect the NFL. But
not much.
Apparently not. I mean, they got through COVID. So
yeah. No, I mean, yeah. With all the inflation and whatnot, I don't think the NFL is going to slow down at all.
I guess thinking about it, maybe it's not possible to keep all 3 of it. That would be my dream scenario. Somehow they could figure out.
I don't know. I mean, it may be because the thing is, you just have to to re-sign guys, you just have to beat the old contracts, right? And the thing that helps is the salary cap going up, right? So if the salary cap goes up and you have it timed right, maybe you can do it, right? It's like, who was the last person to set the record? When did they set it? When is your contract up? How much has the salary cap gone up? Maybe you can finagle it. you know.
But it's also in the Bengals playbook to let like a T. Higgins go, because like we would definitely get a 3rd round pick if he were to leave in free agency, because he's going to get a pretty big contract one way or another, whether it's us or hopefully no one in the division. Most likely the Falcons. Seems like he would go to the Falcons.
You can go help out Dez.
Well, I mean, the way I feel is like anytime you have an organization that's always had like a big time receiver, like they like to keep that trend. So
Yeah.
I could definitely see him going to like Falcons. I could even see the Browns going after him because they always do crazy stuff like that. But I mean, there's so many possibilities. He could even end up in San Francisco if things don't work out with Debo, because it sounds like he wants to get out. He could go to Green Bay. Wouldn't that be crazy if he went to Green Bay?
I don't think you go to Green Bay. This isn't a fun conversation. Let's not talk about where all of our favorite players are going to go.
Yeah, we should
just be on the
live in the
Bengals
moment.
next year, and they're going to score a lot of touchdowns. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, I don't know. You ready to end it, man?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just end it.
All right.